Greetings and welcome back to Conversations with Ed. This is kind of a surprise, a special night. I didn't get the word out because I didn't know. Back by popular demand. I like that kind of stuff. We're going to have some fun here tonight. I'm going to give you a minute to call your friends, tell them that Ed's on. Get your pads and your pencils because you know you're going to have to write some things down. And we're going to have a good time guaranteed tonight. We have some very special guests on. Before we get started, though, you know I have to do my big ups, do them every week. First and foremost, veterans. Veterans, get out to the VA. I don't care if it's just a bump on your leg. Go to the VA now. I was out at McGuire Hospital today, which I called McGuire Air Force Base by mistake the other night. McGuire Hospital today. The guys are coming in, they're getting so much care and taken care of. Now they're starting to brag about it. So if you're not out there, you're wasting your time. I met a brother, his name was Wallace today. I was in Special Forces with his brother. So go out there, get a little camaraderie and get some help on whatever's going on. Clovia and I had a great time here last Friday, for those of you who didn't get a chance to see it. And the big issue that we're going to be dealing with for all of this year is the election. You know how important it is. In fact, at 8 o'clock tonight, our own delegate fighting Joe Morrissey is going to come on and we're going to kick around some of the new things that he's talking about and hopefully get some phone calls in from you folks so that we can kind of see what the public is thinking. Now, to get started, Dorothy, Sarah, all of you know that you're my favorites out there at the VA. So all you guys that do finally get out there, go into the PX, say hi to the ladies. They're all there waiting to greet you and make sure that you're feeling okay. A couple of weeks back, had the opportunity to bring in a gentleman called Shehan Fawkes, who heads up the Henrico Karate Dojo. And we started talking. The reason I had him come on was because of this issue of bullying that's getting a little bit out of control. And naturally, me being director of Victims' Rights Foundation and on the board of directors for Saving Our Youth and on the advisory board for Guardian Angels, that's an issue that's very important to me. So I thought that while we were waiting for Joe to get here tonight, we'd have some of our youngsters come on and just talk for a few minutes so you can see that they are regular young people. They're not supermen or superstars. And then maybe we can convince them to show us one or two moves before they get off the stage. So they come out of Henrico Dojo, Shotokan Dojo over on Laburnum Avenue. Shehan Fawkes being the sensei in charge. I'm Sensei Coleman when I'm in there. And I'm going to introduce you to these youngsters right now, okay? Sitting right here, this is my girl. This is Maya. She's my girl because her name is the same as two of my granddaughters, Amaya and Maya. And Maya. Maya's a blue belt in karate. She's been studying for about, 6 months now, or 8 months?
About 8 months.
And you have a bigger voice than that. You speak up.
About 8 months.
There you go. What school do you go to, Maya?
Ward Elementary.
And what grade are you in?
4th.
4th? Well, how are you doing in school? You don't want to tell? She said I was going to tell all her personal information. Okay, next to Maya, we have Vaughn. Vaughn started about 6 months ago. You met Vaughn here a couple of weeks ago, as I think you met Josh also.
Yeah.
They were here when we first started out. Vaughn, what school do you go to?
Harvey Elementary.
And what grade are you in?
5th.
5th grade? Now, we were talking before the show, and I understand you're a pretty decent student. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. What's your plan? You going to college?
Yep.
Okay, how long you been doing the martial arts now?
6 months.
Has it changed you any?
Yes, a lot.
How? Tell us how.
I'm more confident than I was before.
You certainly are, and you're standing up straighter. And you're getting pretty strong, too. But you like it, I know, and you're doing well at it now. Josh, you've turned into one of the favorite students out there because you have the moves and you have the attitude. What school do you go to?
Verona.
Verona? Do you do
Verona
any
High
sports?
School.
Verona High School? What grade are you in?
9th.
Stand up. You see this 9th grader? Look at this young man. Okay, now this is what you call a long drink of water. But he's a good guy. Okay, you can sit down. I just wanted you to see it. Size doesn't matter. When we're dealing with self-defense, size does not matter. It's training and it's technique and discipline. Now, do you have any incidents of bullying at your school?
No.
No, nobody bullies you. Why? Because they know you can take care of yourself? Or because you're just nice and nobody bothers you?
I guess they don't want to bother me.
Yeah. Do you see other kids being bullied? I mean, is it a big thing? That's what I'm trying to find out.
Not that much.
Not that much. What do you say, Vaughn?
Not at my school, no.
No, you kids go to nice school. And any of that going on in your school?
I see.
Well, you're in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that would be a difference. Now, what about the gang stuff? Is the gang activity, is that picking up on you? Nobody's trying to get you in gangs or anything?
No.
No. Vaughn, what are you thinking about? You want to tell me something? What do you want to say? Look like you got something on your mind. He's a thinker, this one. Well, what we're going to do, and we've discussed it, we're going to ask you guys if you'd show us one or two moves that the youngsters can use just in case a circumstance does happen. The whole principle of what Sensei and I are trying to do is teach youngsters how to not fight. That's just what we're doing. We're trying to teach them how to not fight. And the way that we do that is by, as Vaughn said, instilling self-confidence, instilling a sense of discipline, and most importantly, I would say, and if you guys agree, self-respect. Right? Isn't that important?
Yeah.
And you all carry yourself very well with self-respect. I see it in the dojo, and I see it now when you're out. You carry yourself very well. So would you recommend that other youngsters get involved?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Why don't you guys drop your mics? Go out here on the floor, and let's see if we can show these youngsters. And the phone lines are open. If anybody does want to call in and ask a question, please do so. All right? Appreciate that. You okay? Okay, what we talked about with the youngsters is, and I keep calling them youngsters because I'm a grandpa, I can say that. We talked about there's certain things that happen when you're walking in school or out on the street and whatnot. There's certain ways that people do come upon you. Maya, why don't you come out front in front of the camera? And now Maya's a girl, okay? And could very easily be a victim, okay? Now, most of the things that happen when people are walking and somebody's gonna grab them, somebody will come up behind them and grab them around their neck. And I'm sure the audience, the viewing the audience, has seen that happen, has known that happen. Maya, why don't you go stand over there? Can you get her on camera? And Vaughn, why don't you just go up like you're gonna just grab her behind her neck, okay? You got it? Okay. Wait, we're gonna explain this now. You see how good this kid is, this young lady? She's ready to throw him down now. Wait a minute. Now you see the perpetrator, the bad guy, has grabbed her around the back of her neck, right? Now Maya, you show him, go step by step what you would do. You twist out, right? Twist your body out all the way. Then throw those hands up and down, and pop, he goes right down. And then what do you do next? Get away, right? Stomp him quick and run. Just a simple move. Now do it again so they can get a look at it. Do it with speed, okay? All right, there you go. She grabbed her. And she's gone, and get out of there. Now, it's very simple, and it's self-defense. And you see, nobody got seriously hurt, but you did get the message to leave her alone, right? Okay, Josh, come on out. Now Josh is the big guy. He's gonna attack Vaughn. Vaughn, he's gonna attack you. What are you gonna do to him? You gonna punch him? He's just gonna walk up and punch him? Yeah. Okay. All right, Vaughn, he's gonna punch you. You know what to do, right? Do it slow so the audience can get an idea, okay? Good deal. Okay, now you want to do it with speed? You show him? Okay, go ahead and hit him. Let's see. Boom. Right. Okay, now what you just saw was he knocked the punch out of the way, he grabbed his arm, and in real life, he probably would have broken that arm. Okay, now what if he was to grab you around your, you know how people run up and they grab me in your throat. Do you know anything about that? No, grabs your collar. You know how guys will grab you by your collar like they're gonna rough you up? Yeah? Let's see what happens when he does that. There you go, that's what happens. Maya, what you gonna do if somebody tries to punch you like that? Block him and throw him? You want to throw him down? Think you can throw that big guy down? Let's see. Don't think about it, that's right. That's right, you pushed him away from you, okay, see? So you get the idea, okay? Y'all can come on back around now, okay? Come on back and sit down. Just a little example, and the reason that I'm showing you this is so that the parents that are watching, because I know it's mostly adults that look at the show, they see when we're talking about this kind of stuff, and you're gonna hear more and more and more of it, because we have a really nice group of young people that are coming up here in Richmond now. Unfortunately, they don't have too many after-school activities to go to. They don't have too many groups to be a part of. So people like me and Saving Our Youth and some of the other groups are trying to get things for these folks to do after school to kind of keep them going. And it looks like this is something healthy now. Do you enjoy this?
Yes.
Nobody's making you do this, right? Your mom doesn't make you come?
No.
You wanted to come?
Yes.
Any of your girlfriends come?
No.
And why? Have you talked to them to come?
No.
No, why not? You want to keep it a secret, huh? She told me, don't tell, you're going to tell all of my personal secrets. You got so many personal. I tell you what, we're going to do one thing. Can you do a close-up on Maya for me? Yeah, this Maya right here. Do a close-up on Maya for me real quick. Okay, Maya, show me your killer face. That's my girl, okay. You see, you guys, I appreciate you coming in, okay? I'm gonna ask you to come in over the next, oh, wait a minute, we got a question, hold on. Hello, caller? Hi.
I'm on the other line with something.
On the line with who? You just called my show.
May I speak to Maya?
Well, you can speak to Maya. Turn your TV down though, so you can hear a little better. Okay?
Okay, it's down.
Okay. Speak to Maya. Just talk in the camera. Don't forget. Go ahead, say hi, Maya.
What's your question?
Have you had to use those moves on anybody in your normal life?
No.
Come on.
No.
And this is Cameron.
Say hi, Cameron.
Hi, Cameron.
Thanks for calling, Cameron. Do you have another question for her?
No.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Have any of you had to use any of your self-defense training at all?
No.
No.
Why do you think that is?
Well, because of my height, really.
Well, that's got something to
yeah.
do with it. Yeah, your height. But why do you two think? Let's see. Hold on one second. Hello, caller?
Yes, I'd like to make a statement.
Sure.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Turn your TV down so we can hear you.
Okay.
Echo City.
Okay.
That's much better. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Okay, what's your question? And did you want to direct it at one of the youngsters?
Yes, Maya.
At Maya? Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What's
Hi,
your question?
Maya.
Hi.
This is your Aunt Pat. I'd just like to congratulate them. I had a chance to see them perform at one of their ceremonies, and they all are good.
Yeah, that's so
and I
nice.
just wanted to congratulate her.
Okay, we appreciate that. Maya's
Thank
one of our
you.
champions. All of them are champions. All of them have
Yes, all of
trophies.
them are champions, and all of them are good.
That's right. That's right. And we want to see more youngsters in the same mode. I thank you for that call, and Maya, you deserve it.
And I just told her grandmother, I said, all the kids need to learn that. All of them.
There you go. There you go. We agree. We agree. So we're going to get the word out. You help too, okay?
I will, no
All right.
doubt.
All right, thanks.
Keep doing what you do, darling. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Okay. Good job. See there? You got a fan club. All right. How many trophies have you won, Vaughn?
4.
4?
4.
And
I only won 2 medals.
how many tournaments have you been in?
1.
And you won 2 medals. Atta girl. That's good stuff. Anything you want to tell? Wait, hold on again. Hello, caller.
Yes, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, that is so wonderful, to see young people taking something that teach you discipline, teach you how to be a good person, because it's not about fighting, it's about defending yourself.
Absolutely.
And not only that, but it also will teach you how to be a disciplined person, how to be able to discipline yourself to do better in life.
I appreciate that. You sound like you know a little bit about our specialty, eh?
Oh, yes, sir.
Oh, good. Us.
Thank you.
Okay. Did you have a question for one of the youngsters?
Well, yes. I didn't have a chance to see the color of the belt. Just to ask them, each one of them, what color belt they're on, and how long they'll be practicing this art.
I'm a blue belt, which is the 3rd level.
And you've been at it for
8 months.
All right.
That's Maya. Vaughn?
I'm a green belt, and I've been doing this for 6 months.
What level is green belt?
Oh, 4.
4th level.
I'm a green belt. It's the 4th level, and I've also been doing it for 6 months.
And I'm a black belt, okay? I've been doing it for 40 years. So I appreciate you calling, and if you'd like to stop by and see us, we'd be more than happy. We're right on Laburnum Avenue.
All right, sir.
All right, thank you. Good stuff, see? Yep, it's coming in. Got a call coming. But the fact that what the lady just said, okay, about your marks, about your attitudes and whatnot, that's why you have decent marks in school. It's all part of the same package. Hello, caller.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing?
Fine.
Okay, you got a question for one of our folks up here?
Vaughn.
Vaughn?
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Talk to the camera.
Just wanted to say I'm proud of the work that y'all are doing.
Thank you.
Oh, Granny.
That's your grandma? Yeah. Isn't that great? Nothing like a grandma. That's all right. That's very nice of you, ma'am. And he's really become himself over the last few months. When he first came in, can I tell him? When he first came in, he cried. He cried. He couldn't do the moves, and he would start crying, but it only took him about a month. And now you should see this young man go. So we're proud of him, too. Thank you, Grandma.
Yeah, Grandma worked out with him some.
Oh, good. There you go. You've been teaching her. That's good. You're teaching her, too. Outstanding. Well, you need to come on in and work out with us, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for calling. That's nice. Okay. But do you understand what the people are saying about the discipline? Because you don't even realize yourself, because nobody's hammering it in to you. It's just, we're having fun. I think we have fun over there, don't we?
Yes.
And it just comes, the rest of it just comes along with it. So as I was saying before the phone started ringing, Joe will be coming in pretty soon, but I'm gonna have you different ones on. I have another 4 weeks on the air, and I'm gonna have different ones on because I want the public to see that not all of the kids are bad kids. Everything that we hear is about bad kids, and we know that there's a lot of really nice youngsters around. Okay, so you guys will come back if I ask you to?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good deal. Anybody out there that wants to call in, any more questions before the young folks get off? If you want to see any of those moves again, did you have any other moves to show before we left? Was there anything? No. You sure? Maya?
No.
Okay, all right. Y'all, thank you very much for coming in then, okay? Just be careful when you drop the mics, all right? And you can be out there, you can watch the show. Where's your mom? Tell your moms they can poke their heads in for a minute, all right? Oh, we got a caller. Hold on 1 second, all right? Hello, caller?
Yes, hi, Ed.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Look, I'm extremely impressed with the program here this evening. It's very inspiring. I am curious, though, as to how has martial arts, or at least studying martial arts, kind of changed these kids' way of looking at the schoolwork and just at life as a whole?
You want to answer that? Who wants to answer that? Do I have to answer everything?
No.
Josh, you don't have an answer for that? How it's
Hey,
changed?
I tell you what, tell Josh this is his uncle, so yeah, of course he needs to answer that one.
Answer the question, Josh. All right, there you go.
It has changed the difference of like playing and not doing it, and then instead of just doing it and getting it, then you play.
Very good. Very good answer. Did you hear that, Uncle?
Awesome. I could barely. It broke up. I wanted to turn my TV down low enough. I didn't want you to holler at me.
He said that it's been the difference between him playing and doing it. Say it again, because you said it right.
It's the difference between playing and doing it instead of doing it, then you play.
Awesome.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome. Well, good luck to all your kids, and keep it up.
I appreciate it.
Extremely appreciative.
Well, listen, I appreciate them too. They're good youngsters. Okay. Thanks for the call.
Thank you.
See, now you know. Do you know why you're doing your work better and whatnot? Because of what you just said. Do you understand that? Do you understand what he was saying? Hello, caller?
I was on hold for Joshua.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Talk. What you want to ask him?
Hi, this is Joshua's grandmother.
Hey, Grandma. That's great. Okay. Then go ahead and talk to him.
Yeah. I was just calling to tell him that I had the opportunity to watch him work out at at the service. I mean, at the program, the place where he does it.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
And it was very impressive to watch these children, the way they the moves are just fantastic.
Isn't it amazing?
Yes, and I'm very proud of them, and I tell them all to just keep it up.
I will appreciate that. Thank you for that call.
Thank you.
That's real nice, see? But that's what it is. You're learning discipline and you don't even know it, okay? And it makes you get a feeling. There was a great football coach, Green Bay Packers, Mel Block. And he called it, Green Bay at one time was the most popular, the most successful football team you could find. And he called it the habit of winning. Okay, and you guys are at this age are establishing the habit of winning, which means you're always gonna do well. Hello, caller, how you doing?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, this is Dee Dee, and this call is for Maya.
Maya, right?
Hi.
Hi, Maya. I just wanted to say, since Maya's been taking karate, I've noticed that she has more commitment and drive, and I've just seen so much growth in her. Even this last report period, she made straight A's. And Maya, Aunt Dee Dee is just so proud of you. And just keep up the good work, okay?
Okay.
That's real nice. And you didn't tell us. I asked you about your box. You didn't tell me you had straight A's. You had straight A's. Good for you. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Hello, caller?
Hi, I have one quick question for each of the youngsters there.
Okay.
I want them to tell me what's their most favorite part of karate. What do they like doing the most?
I like the part when you go to competitions and compete and just show what you have learned in your dojo.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next.
I really like winning medals and trophies, and what she said,
Makes you feel good, doesn't it?
yes.
Okay, next.
Josh?
I like being in a dojo where I can practice the forms, so when I learn them, I can do them without
Okay.
hesitating.
Without thinking about them, right? They become reflexes,
Yes,
right?
they
Remember,
become
that's what we
reflexes.
talk about, muscle memory. That was a good question. Thank you, caller. Appreciate
I'm
it.
impressed with you and the youngsters. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. But again, Vince Lombardi, that's what his name was, all right? And Vince Lombardi talked about the habit of winning. And it was very simple. It was when you did something, like you hit a ball, and you knew when you hit it the right way, you felt it, well, then you kept on doing it that way. It's the habit of winning. And that's what you're establishing, the habit of winning, okay? Hello, caller?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Hello?
Yeah, can you turn your TV down a little bit so we can hear you?
Certainly can.
Okay. Thank you.
How about now?
There you go. That's much better.
Yes, sir. Since it's also good for us old people to learn that too, so we can learn how to defend ourselves when we go out.
And keep those muscles moving, right?
Yes, sir, and keep those muscles moving.
There you go. Are you practicing now yourself?
I come in and watch every once in a while, and I've had a few lessons under you.
Okay.
But I'm just saying that it's been helpful to me, and I really appreciate it because it teach me more discipline for myself, and also showed me that I am able to defend myself.
And I know exactly who you are, and you need to come on in more often, okay? Because you do have it.
Okay.
All right. Look forward to seeing more of you.
Thank you.
All right. Take care now. Good stuff. Okay, we were still talking about this habit of winning. And you're going to find out as you go on and your grades get harder and harder that habit is going to stay with you. You won't settle for not doing well. Hello, caller. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm fine. This is Joshua's great-grandmother.
Great-grandmother?
Yes, sir.
Well, hello. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine. I just want to speak to him for a moment and tell him that I used to play with him, but I can't play with him anymore now.
That's good.
He may forget what he's doing. But I do want to see him do a good workout.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right now. Bye-bye.
You want to do a form before you go? The sundown on one of them?
Nah.
Nah, why? You afraid of the TV?
No.
You do them so well. You sure? Okay. All right, I can't get him to get up. He's bashful now, and really the room area is not enough because when we do these katas, as they're called, or these forms, the exercise pieces, they do move. They have to move in an H pattern, and it takes up a lot of space. But what we will do, since everybody seems to be so interested, is we'll put a show up on it from the dojo. Hello, caller.
Hello?
Hi, how are you? Can you hear?
I'm doing good.
Okay, what's up?
I just wanted to ask Josh a question.
Okay.
Josh, this is your cousin David.
Oh. Hey, David.
And I wanted to know, how did you go from, how did you skip the yellow belt?
Oh, he didn't skip, did he?
I skipped the blue belt.
He skipped blue because go ahead, tell her why.
I skipped the blue belt because I came to the dojo more often than usual, and I learned when I was supposed to learn the blue belt. So therefore, when time came for the promotion test, I already knew it. Me and Vaughn.
Okay. Did that answer it for you?
Yes, it did.
Okay, they're go-getters. They're skipping belts and whatnot. There'll be black belts pretty soon if they keep up like they're going. Thank you, caller.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Good job. You guys got a little fan club going and everybody's recognizing what we're talking about. And you remember that. Remember what I told you about the habit of winning. Okay? They won't let you go. Hello, caller.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Hello, caller.
Yeah, turn your TV down so we can hear you a little better. Hello?
Yes.
Okay, we got you. Talk to me.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes. I like to say I'm proud of all the kids,
Good, thank you.
and that Mrs. Myers' dad, and I really love her very much, and I like to say all the kids are doing a wonderful job.
That is girl. Thank you for that. And you're right, they all are doing a great job. And they're just getting started.
Okay, y'all have a blessed night.
All right, thank you. See, now you have some strong family roots too. I see that, which is a good thing. There's another reason why you're doing well. Okay? So as you go forward and you move around, pass on the message, be by example, as we tell you. You be the example. Okay? And don't be afraid to speak up. Okay. All right? Thank you so much, you guys, and keep up the good work. And I'll see you tomorrow night, and we're going to have some more fun. Show me, killer face. There you go. Okay, you can take your mics now, all right? And we'll have you back on pretty soon. And get some more of the youngsters back, okay? Thank you, Maya. Vaughn, Josh, thank all of you, okay? So, now, what we're gonna do, we're waiting for Fighting Joe to get here. Joe Morrissey, he should be coming in any minute. Oh, he's here now? Oh, okay, and my buddy, me and him are gonna sit up here and talk a little bit and find out what's new for the new year. There's my buddy right there. I'm good, come on around. Grab your seat. They're gonna mic you up. So we have Mr. Fighting Joe Morrissey here, recently re-elected, ready to go get him, and my friend.
Ed, how are you?
I'm good, how you doing? Let's welcome Delegate Joe Morrissey, our main man here. And
thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Hey, listen, we're looking for you in D.C. pretty soon.
You keep saying that. I keep saying I want to stay right here in Richmond. I got things to do here.
All right, then okay.
We'll let Donald McKeachin go to Washington, D.C.
Yeah, let Don go up there, and you keep on.
And I say that reverently and respectfully.
Now, what did you do to your head?
We play basketball, the legislators, every Tuesday night, the Senate, the Democrats, the Republicans, and we had a little two-heads clash.
I hope you came out on top.
I didn't fare too badly, did I?
All,
a little bit of a bump.
What's the other guy look like?
About the same.
A Republican too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
We're all friends though on the basketball court.
Well, that's good. And you know something, what you just said, it makes so much sense if everybody could think like that.
Yeah. You know, it's funny that, Ed, I was at the Richmond Forum Saturday night, and the former Secretary of Defense, Robert Gates, was there. He served 7 presidents.
He did.
7 presidents of the United States, was the director of the CIA. He was asked, what is the one thing that we could do in Congress that would make for a better legislative body? And what he said is, we should have nonpartisan redistricting. He said, what's going on now is with this redistricting, we're getting strong R's on one side, strong D's on the other. He says, we don't have any more moderates.
There's nothing.
There's no compromise. And we have polarization of the parties, and that's preventing us from getting more accomplished.
Now let me ask you this. Is it as bad in Richmond as it appears to be in Washington?
No, I don't think it is as bad, okay? But here's where we're heading. We just came through a redistricting process, okay? And here's the proof is in the pudding. The battles were in the primaries, okay? Of 140 legislative seats that were up for election in November, 140, how many of them do you think were competitive races?
I have no idea.
You would hope to say 100 or so, less than 12.
There was no drama.
Yeah,
there was nothing. They
exactly,
just
because
right by,
with redistricting, you get incumbents protecting themselves, discouraging challengers, and we're creating safe Democratic seats and safe Republican seats. And we just did the congressional redistricting in the House, and somebody said, well, all of the congressmen agree to it. No kidding.
Yeah.
They want to protect themselves. And let me tell your listening audience, the Republicans and the Democrats are both to blame. And they both want to protect themselves. And I've always maintained, well, you teach those young karate students, the best thing for them is competition.
That's it.
If they're challenged among themselves, among their own team members to who can compete, you're going to get a better athlete.
The level of excellence goes up. You're
So,
absolutely right. So what can we do? Tell me what's going to happen. I know this election year, because Clovia was on the other night, we were talking about you.
Right?
This is going to be a heck
Clovia was talking about me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know what Oscar Wilde said, don't you?
What's that?
The only thing worse than them not talking about you, the only thing worse than them talking about you is them not talking about you.
No, when she was talking about
I love Clovia. She called me about 6 o'clock this morning and wanted to talk about an issue, and we do it every time. And she's a hard worker.
Absolutely.
And she gets the community involved.
Miss Community.
Yeah. Miss Community Clo, and God love her.
Well, we were talking about all of the energy that needs to go into getting the people out to vote this year, because it's so. I mean, it's almost like to me sitting back looking at it, it's like almost like a comedy of errors.
Yeah.
And we ought to be ashamed of ourselves.
We take something so much for granted. I lived in a country in Australia where they're required to vote, and on election day, 99% of the people vote. Here, if we get 60% of the people turn out, it's like a red letter day. You know, it's like, my God, what a huge turnout. And you know how hard folks fought for the right to vote?
Absolutely. I know. I was out there myself, and I know how hard it was. And I mean, I know people who really suffered from it, and you know some of them too.
Right. It's funny you mentioned voting, because one of the bills coming up this session is a bill that's going to require photo identification before you can vote. And
is that coming in Virginia
yes,
also?
Yeah, well, they're going to try to get it passed, but folks like Jennifer McClellan and I are against it because, you know, you might have a photo ID, your technicians and your cameramen may have IDs, but let me tell you a couple people that don't.
Grandma.
There you go. Elderly people who maybe no longer drive. And I had a neighbor, she was 94. Ed, she wanted to vote every time she could.
Absolutely.
But they took her license at around 86. But so now, and oh, another thing, you know what older folks don't have, especially if they're African American post World War II? They don't have passports, and they couldn't get a birth certificate.
That's right.
So if you don't have a birth certificate, and if you're elderly and they took your license and you don't have a license, you don't have one.
You don't have any photo ID,
so,
right?
I'm absolutely against those photo identification laws because I think it's just a vestige of.
Well, Joe, you know exactly what it is.
Done right, I know what it is.
You know exactly what it is.
It's trying to keep certain folk from voting.
And it's unfortunate that we have to go backwards before we can go forward, but that's exactly what's happening.
But let me tell you what I'm going to do. When that bill comes up, I'm going to shame them, and I'm going to say, you know what? Some of you folks on the other side of the aisle want photo identification. But you know what you don't want when it comes to getting a gun, getting a concealed gun permit? You don't have to show a photo. And you can do it online.
And now they're trying to eliminate the gun check.
Right.
And listen, I love guns, okay? I'm special forces, yes. I grew up with guns. And still do have guns and whatnot.
Right.
Everybody should not have a gun.
Right.
But don't take away the one tool that stops them from getting a gun. How are you going to not have a criminal investigation to let everybody have a gun?
But what's ironic about it is they say we need photo identification to prevent voter fraud. And we're standing there, we're saying, where's the fraud? When's the last time somebody was sitting around the breakfast table and said, honey, you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to go down next Tuesday and I'm going to engage in voter fraud, commit a felony, just so I can cast my vote for somebody who I shouldn't be allowed to do it.
Vote for
They're really going to do that.
That's hot stuff, right?
But what they will do is, you know, we have straw purchasers of guns, okay?
Yeah,
we have some felons that purchase guns. There's a lot of fraud involved, and they don't require photo IDs for that.
Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. You know, then the other thing
we gotta just keep fighting, though, Ed.
Well, what do you got going this year? Because you have a list of stuff that you start out the year with.
First of all, I start off with some practical bills. I got a bill. You heard about my cigarette butts bill. The cigarette butts bill was to prevent making an offense so you can't flick a cigarette out of the car. Or have you ever pulled up at an intersection and people take ashtrays at the intersection and dump them out? Here's the statistic, and I found the other day. What do you think is the worst pollutant in the Chesapeake Bay?
Garbage.
Cigarette butts.
Cigarette butts.
Yes. And imagine an Olympic-sized swimming pool. Now imagine 8 Olympic-sized swimming pools filled to the brim with cigarette butts. That's what goes into the Chesapeake Bay every year. And those butts aren't cotton, and they don't dissolve. It takes 12 years, and it's got lead in it, arsenic, cadmium.
I just learned something. I had no idea.
Yeah. So also another bill preventing people from smoking in a car when there's a child under the age of 13 in the car.
Good.
Particularly, have you ever gone down the road, seen infants, toddlers, windows up, people smoking?
Yeah.
You know who came to me with that bill is the American Cancer Society, the American Academy of Pediatricians, American Lung Association. It's harming their lungs.
It makes so much sense.
And I've got some Republicans to go along in that bill. So I've got...
Really?
Yeah.
There is one? Hallelujah.
Be careful that we don't get struck with lightning, you know? But, you know, and then I got my plastic bag bill. I don't want to see... We put 2 billion plastic bags in the landfills every year. So and I've got some restorative justice bills. I'm going to fight to my last breath to get people the automatic restoration of rights.
That's the one. That is the one. That's the one, Chloe and myself, and we're all out there for that. And anything that you can do to help that, and if we can help you get it done, let
one
us
of the
know.
things is calling legislators. Chloe and I, you know, we talk about it frequently. She gets people to come down to the General Assembly.
Yeah.
And I've said it once, and I'm going to keep saying it until I'm blue in the face. Giving automatic restoration of rights doesn't mean you're a flaming liberal. That, you know, what it means is this: somebody has done something that's wrong. They've made a mistake. They've paid their debt. They've done their time. They want to become productive citizens. That's great. If they want to vote, that's a good thing. Let's restore their rights automatically, like every single other state in the country does.
That's what I don't get.
Automatic restoration of
Automatic
rights.
restoration. And in Virginia, good old Virginia,
Yeah.
you can't get it. Meanwhile, though, and you correct me if I'm wrong, this governor seems to be really on point with restoration of rights. Yeah.
Once again, I don't like.
They could put the number up if they want to, because it seems like calls are coming.
Let me
through.
give Governor McDonald credit. Like previous governors, Kane and Warner, he is restoring people's rights at a very fast clip.
Right.
But if you only do a few thousand a year, it's not the same thing as automatic restoration of rights. So kudos to McDonald for what he's done so far.
There you go. Hello, caller.
Hey, how y'all doing this evening?
We're good. How about yourself?
Not bad. A couple things, restoration of rights.
Yes.
Absolutely. There's no sense in not having that afforded to anyone who's been incarcerated the day they leave prison.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. Anything short of that is just discrimination, I suppose, against the Democratic Party. Most Republicans, I guess, thinking that people coming out of prison aren't going to vote for them anyway.
How about that?
But the other question, Joe, I have, and this is just for you, in fact, not about you, but just as a representative of the General Assembly. When do you think the studio you're sitting in right now is going to look like that one down in the General Assembly building that the legislators use to re-promote and re-elect themselves? I mean, I can see spending $5-6 million down there on themselves, but yet when it comes to the people paying their salaries, in fact, you're one of the few people who have graced the hole in the wall, as I think a lot of people like to call it, as far as support. They then take those videos and run them a total of over, I would suspect each viewing last year was up to 35, 40 shows. Which is a lot of airtime considering there was 9 representatives. The General Assembly uses this station a lot, but doesn't contribute toward it one bit as far as money. The $1.7 million in the city of Richmond that goes to support it apparently is going to build a new facility that nobody has any plans for, and I guess it kind of will be, if it ever does take place, it will be given to an overseas corporation.
Call it. Can you get to a question now?
No, I think
Okay.
he's made a very good point.
Okay.
And that is, down in the General Assembly in the basement, they have a studio, and in fact, I was there this morning. Jennifer and I were being interviewed, and it has decent quarters down there and good equipment in here. And down here, it'd be nice to put some more money into this so
Absolutely.
we had a better
Yeah.
studio.
And
But we all know what makes a studio is the host.
Right?
And
the host would appreciate a little bit more, and I'm sure the techs would also. And I think Comcast has finally gotten that message, realizing what asset this is.
I'm going to talk to Ken Dye and the other folk from Comcast tomorrow about this.
There you go.
I'm looking through the window and
you see your technician.
Smiling now.
That's it.
I'm going to call him about that. I'm going to tell him what a great job. Because how many times have I been down here with you?
At least 4.
Yeah. But also, I want to thank the other caller for his comments about restoration of rights.
Real good. I didn't mean to cut you off either, caller. I just hit that button. Hello, caller?
Yes.
Yeah, turn your television down, please, and we can talk.
Okay, is that low enough?
That's great.
That's good. What's your question? How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I missed out on my call before, but I was wondering if you're the same man when my grandson was there with karate a few years ago, and his name was Malik.
I seem to remember that. Yes, I do.
And your wife was there with you, and he showed some of the things, some of the moves.
Yes, I do. I remember that. That's right. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
just wanted to know because I remember you sound the same and you look the same.
Well,
and then when you said you had been doing karate or that karate for years, I said that must be him.
That's very nice of you. Thank you. Did you want to ask Joe something while we have him here?
Huh?
Would you like to ask Delegate Joe anything while we have him here?
No, well, not really. Well, just tell him I wish he can do some of the things that he's talking about, especially for the young men that are coming out of, that have.
We know. We know.
That have not had, major crimes, but, have been stopped for different things.
We understand exactly what you're saying and appreciate the statement and the thought.
Yes.
Okay, thanks for
All
calling.
right.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, that restoration of rights is critical because it's people don't realize. Okay, popular man. Hello, caller.
I want to ask Joe Mars a question.
Sure, go ahead.
And the question is that I know you're in the General Assembly, and that a lot of this money is being allocated, going and fixing roads. The governor is doing and all this. But what I'm seeing is it's taken away from the young kids who are starting from K1 or K5. And he's telling people they're going to do this, but the money is going the wrong way. And I would love to see you run for governor because you know what it is to struggle and to get through. And you'll make an excellent governor because you know what the people in the city of Richmond need in the black community because you have always built in the black community and you're a hell of a lawyer. And you still is a hell of a lawyer.
You see there, you got two fans now. We both run for governor, right? We want you to run for governor.
First of all, thank you for your nice comments. Let me just say this about education. Right now, in this General Assembly session, there's going to be a movement to take money away from K through 12, okay, and put it into, for example, transportation. And I can assure you, there's a cadre of us down there in the General Assembly that are going to make sure that money that has already been appropriated for stays in K-12, is not taken out, because at the end of the day, let me tell you something, Ed, everybody knows this. Everybody realizes this. We build our future on the education of our young people, and the most important thing that government does is provide education for our students. And I can assure that listener that in higher ed and K through 12, there are many of us down there that will stand up there and fight every single day to make sure that we don't take money from education. You got my word on that.
Okay, caller? Caller?
He's good.
Okay. Okay, thanks for that call. Yeah, I can't believe how we're sitting up here complaining that we don't have technicians and scientists and things. They're all overseas. But we're cutting out all of the programs to teach. Yeah. Doesn't make sense.
The governor has committed, in both as an inaugural address and his State of the Commonwealth address the other night, he is committed to graduating 100,000 more people with advanced degrees, with college degrees. How are we, in order to do that, we've got to make sure that the feeder programs into colleges are K through 12 are adequately funded.
Right.
So, again, you know me, Ed, I give credit where credit's due and I criticize where it's warranted.
Yeah.
I credit the governor for saying he wants to have 100,000 more graduates with diplomas from college, but at the same time, if we're going to do that, we've got to provide the resources for K through 12.
Absolutely.
End of story. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Doesn't take rocket science to figure that out.
How come nobody gets it?
I think they do.
Yeah.
I think they do. But here's another thing. Today we had down at the General Assembly, we had Safety Net Day. Those are the folks that are supporters of, like the Fan Free Clinic, the Daily Planets. You know I represent Charles City County.
Yeah.
There's not a doctor's office, private doctor's office in the entire county. But there's one clinic. Now that clinic has to exist. We have to give it money. We have to, and what they can do more, they can take $1,000 and they can stretch it so they can see 50 patients, do 100 X-rays, several vaccinations, and we've got to make sure that those people that are the safety net of the community get money.
Get money. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Turn your TV down. We'd be able to hear you better.
Oh, okay. My comment to Joe Morrison. I want to know what they gonna do about all this abuse of old people. They putting money into all these new senior citizen homes. And there's old people out there at 80, 95 years old moving in the heat and the sun and don't have no one to help them. Because they can't stay in these brand new buildings y'all built, because the people that they put there to run these buildings are robbing the people. I mean, you have no privacy. They steal your food. They turn you upside down for money at the first of the month, the end of the month. And I mean, it's a waste of money to build all these beautiful senior citizen homes. And the seniors need these homes. But they can't stay in them because the people that you put there to run the senior citizen home and the management company, they rob the people. If you call anyone or talk about it, or the police, you blackball. Okay. So I want to know what they gonna do about that.
Well, you raised a couple of points, and I can't address everything, but let me just say this. There's no greater offense to any of us than senior abuse.
At all.
Perhaps maybe other than child abuse.
Right.
But we've made great strides in the General Assembly in passing laws to protect our infants. We passed the legislation last year, one of my pieces of legislation to give people, young women, who are in dating relationships, access to protective orders. But I thank the caller for bringing out a point about senior or elder abuse.
Who would we see that?
She raises another point about in senior homes, some of the, and I quite frankly, Ed, was not aware of homes where that was going on. And listen, can I give my office number out right now?
Please do, yeah.
And ask her to give my office a call tomorrow. My office number is 698-1074 in the General Assembly building. And please call, and I want to know from her specifically where she lives, what's where, and
I have proof.
Well, we don't want you to say it on television.
Share it with me tomorrow.
All right?
I'll say the number one more time. My office number is 698-1074.
698 what?
1074.
1074. And I want to address one more thing.
Okay.
They is talking about Social Security. Social Security is the best thing that ever happened to this country. Social Security can be saved. Social Security can be made 10 times better, and I can show them how to put a stop to it where they're like in the first month, third month, after I show them how to save Social Security, that they will see a big difference. We can't go into all of it on the phone, but I was trying to tell, well, I know Joe Morrison. He's not going to remember me if I tell you my name.
No, we don't want you to tell your name now
I'm
on
not
television,
going to do that
okay?
anyway, but I'm working on a thing to show how to save Social Security. Most of the senators and the people I know don't die out or whatever. If you can help me get it to where it needs to go, I think y'all would be some kind of place. They say there is no smart people out here or people that can help, but there's plenty of people out here have good ideas.
Just tell me your first name, please, caller.
Rosalind.
Rosalind. Okay, Rosalind. Call tomorrow. I'll be at the General Assembly at about 6:45 in the morning, and then you call anytime after that, and we'll talk at greater length. Okay?
Yeah, because I want to show them how to save Social Security and stop Social Security dollars that going out into the wrong pockets that shouldn't be going. So thank you very much and for
You're
your
more than
time.
welcome, Rosalind.
And thank you for that call,
It
ma'am.
would be nice to meet you again.
That's nice. Thank you, caller. Okay, see? That's
And
it.
she'll be calling.
Yeah, and every time you come, we get something going. So you're welcome. I have another 4 weeks. Let me know when you want to come back, if you want to come back.
Good. You know, I've said this many times to you, Ed. privately, and the greatest, I think, ability, but also responsibility of being a legislator is you get to help people solve their individual problems.
Yeah.
And
if you're a good legislator.
Yeah, but all you've got to do is listen, and then when a problem has come to you, don't refer it. Solve it then and follow up on it. And if you do that, everything else takes care of itself in public service.
That's right, and that's the way to do it. Now, once again, he just got elected, so we can't re-elected. We can't say vote for Joe again. But let's all get out here and remember and understand that this is an election year, probably one of the most important we'll ever have.
Congressional election year this year.
Yes, good evening,
I'm not up
caller.
for another 2 years.
Well, that'll come, though. Okay, hello, caller.
Yes, good evening. How you doing?
Fine, how are you?
All right. I just wanted to add on to something of the previous call about Social Security.
Yeah, we only have 3 minutes, so I'm gonna ask you to run it out.
This is what I wanted to add. You know, Virginia is supposed to have legalized marijuana, medical marijuana.
Yes, that's true.
And no one can get it. And there's a lot of people walking around here with a lot of pain. And something needs to be done about that.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, caller.
Actually,
And that was a good one, too.
Caller made a good point.
Absolutely.
Medicinal marijuana is legal in the Commonwealth of Virginia, but you don't know anywhere to get the medicinal marijuana. So, great point. And you want to know why it is?
Can't
It's
tax it.
simple.
They can't tax it.
Well, it also takes some courage for some legislators to, say, okay, that we've passed medicinal marijuana. Let's allow the distribution of it somehow. But they're afraid. Oh my God, people are not going to. They'll think it's going to hurt their election. You gotta sometimes just do what's right.
And they need to
the
look at
former
this.
Lord Mayor of Sydney said, "Do what's right, governing, and the politics will take care of
There you go.
itself."
Hello, caller. We're almost out of here. Okay. Can't hear you. Turn your TV down. Quick. Hello. Can't do that one. Yeah. So how do we do it? How do they get it done? If you have legalized it here, you can't find a doctor to write a prescription. You can't find a store. So you go out on the street, you buy some marijuana, you get locked up for possession.
Stay tuned to next session of the General Assembly and see if something doesn't come up in HWI.
That's the man. Okay. Once again, we want to thank Joe Morrissey. What happened to my cameraman? We want to thank Joe for coming out.
And it's always a pleasure to be here. And on a personal note, would you please tell your lovely bride that Joe said hello?
She probably here. She probably heard it. You heard that, Charlene? Okay, that's good. All right, so we're on the countdown now. I want to thank these technicians for helping us out so much tonight. It's a lot of work coming out here like they did and filming the youngsters. Thank the youngsters for coming out on the show. Hello, caller? Are you trying to call? If you are, please turn your TV down. Nope. Okay. Okay. We're about on the countdown. Always love it when you come on, though, because you have so much to say.
And I enjoy it. And I haven't forgotten about talking to Comcast about your quarters here. See if we can't get some other things done. Maybe even make it a community project to, do some work in here.
We're still doing. Okay. I thought we had to run right then. We got a minute. Yeah, that would be great because this is probably one of Richmond's assets.
Yeah. I talked to one of the ladies from the Delta sorority today.
Yeah.
And we did a project earlier this year, the Maggie Walker gravesite cleanup.
Yes. Yeah.
Cleaned up 14,000 square feet of the Maggie Walker gravesite.
Outstanding.
But maybe this might be a community project. Get the Delta's Richmond branch to help us with this, or just a thought.
It'd be real nice if they could get the equipment that they needed. And these guys, once again, I'm thanking.
I know your cameramen and your technicians work real hard, and they do a good job.
All done.